started on a regular Thursday afternoon. Jada, a 17-year-old high school senior, was walking home from her part-time library job in the city. Earbuds in, hoodie up, backpack tight. She was focused, quiet, and had learned to mind her own business, especially in her rough neighborhood. That's when she saw them. A group of 3 teens, 2 guys and 1 girl, leaning on the corner store wall, sizing up every passerby. Loud, cocky, full of fake swagger. Jada kept walking, eyes ahead, ignoring them completely. "Yo, you too good to say hi?" one called out. She didn't stop. "Hey, we talking to you?" Still she walked. That's when she heard the words that froze her mid-step. "You got a problem with us, girl? Disrespect us again and we'll show you what's up." She turned slowly, meeting their stare. Calm, controlled, unintimidated. "I don't owe you my attention," she said simply, then walked away. They laughed, mocking her under their breath. But their eyes told another story. She had bruised their ego. What they didn't know? Jada wasn't scared. She had trained in karate since she was 7. And she was a black belt. The gang didn't forget her. They didn't know her name, but they remembered her face. The girl who dared to ignore them. Over the next few days, they asked around, learned she lived just 3 blocks away and always walked alone. To them, it wasn't just about disrespect. It was about reputation. They had to make an example out of her, or so they thought. What they didn't realize was that Jada had seen it all before. Street egos didn't scare her. Her father, a retired military vet, had taught her to never fight unless necessary, but to always be ready. At home, her trophies lined the shelves. Regional tournaments, self-defense certifications, hours of training in discipline, form, and restraint. She wasn't a fighter by nature, but she was a protector by principle. Meanwhile, the gang made their move. They waited until Friday evening. They knew her route. They waited just outside a quiet alleyway near a closed shop. "She'll come by here at 6:15 like always," one of them said. "We don't need to hurt her, just scare her real good," said another. But they were about to learn. Scaring Jada wasn't that simple. 6:14 p.m. Jada turned the corner, walking past the closed shop. Suddenly, footsteps. Fast. Purposeful. "Hey, remember us?" shouted the girl from the gang, stepping in front of Jada to block her path. The 2 boys flanked her from behind. Jada stopped, calmly removing her earbuds. "You really followed me?" "Didn't like your attitude," one boy said. "We gonna fix it." The girl shoved her shoulder. Jada didn't move. The boy reached for her backpack, and that's when it happened. In one fluid motion, Jada spun, grabbed his wrist, twisted it downward, and sent him to the pavement with a loud thud. The second boy lunged, only to catch a clean roundhouse kick to the chest that knocked him back into a trash bin. The girl screamed and charged, sloppy, desperate. Jada sidestepped and swept her legs out from under her. 3 seconds. That's all it took. Jada stood over them, calm as ever. "I told you, I don't owe you my attention," she said, then added, "but I gave you a lesson." She turned and walked away. No fear, no rush. The gang lay stunned, defeated, not by force, by skill, by discipline. The whole thing could have ended there, but it didn't. Turns out, a bystander across the street had filmed the entire encounter. No faces, no personal details, just the sound of taunts, a few quick moves, and 3 attackers on the ground. The video hit social media that night with the caption, "Karate girl handles herself, respect." By morning, it had gone viral. Thousands of comments poured in. "This is why you don't mess with quiet girls. She's got the discipline and the power. Can we give her a movie deal already?" The school found out. So did the local news. Jada's coach called her crying. Her father, beaming with pride. But Jada didn't care about the fame. She didn't even want attention. She only gave one interview to a teen safety podcast, where she said, "The real strength isn't in fighting. It's in knowing when to walk away and when to stand your ground." I didn't fight to prove a point. I acted because I had to, and I hope those kids learn something too. She didn't want revenge. She wanted change. Weeks passed. The internet buzz faded. But in Jada's neighborhood, things shifted. Kids started asking about martial arts classes. Parents came to Jada's dad for advice on enrolling their daughters. The local dojo saw a surge in signups. Even more surprising, the girl from the gang, her name was Keisha, showed up outside Jada's school one day. "I just wanted to say, sorry," she said quietly. Jada looked at her. "Why the change? You didn't humiliate us. You could've. You didn't." Jada nodded. Strength isn't about power, it's about control. Keisha later enrolled in the same martial arts class Jada used to take. And eventually, the two became unlikely friends. Jada never sought fame, but her moment of courage became a spark. She proved you don't need violence to win. You need confidence, training, self-respect, and sometimes a black belt helps too. Now a mentor and coach in training, Jada teaches self-defense workshops for young girls. Her message is simple: know your worth, respect others, and never let fear decide your future. Because she wasn't just the girl who fought back, she was the girl who stood tall.